Hi friends, Professor Ray is here to go over this project proposal with you and how I use it in real life and in classes. So I often fill out a project proposal if I am working with a new client, if I am working on a project, especially with other people, or I really just want to get down my thoughts and goals. So as you can see here, there are a few different sections and you're actually going to fill this out of order. So I encourage you to skip over overview, skip over the specifications, and go right to goals. So here you're going to write down 3 goals. So an example for, say, a group project would be maybe a goal for the group to work on this and have good communication. If you're doing something independently, perhaps you want to go straight into what the project is. So perhaps you are starting a store or you are completing a case study. So one of the goals would be to answer the questions in the case study. Or perhaps you want to think of some questions for yourself. If you are starting a store or if you are starting a business, often you're going to pose questions or problems that you want to solve. So maybe one of the goals is to solve an industry problem, which we'll see later on in a semester if I'm talking to my students here. So then after that, you're going to move down to milestones. So your milestones are really going to be the benchmarks for your project. So let's imagine that you are starting a store. You are starting a store that has some sort of technology or has some sort of community aspect to it. So, maybe the first benchmark is writing this proposal. That's simple enough. And putting down a due date or important dates to finish this proposal. So maybe there's a date for the rough draft of the proposal and then getting feedback from your partners. And then the execution. So you will fill out maybe a Google Doc for this and submit it to a platform such as Canva or whatever submission website you are using. And then maybe another milestone is connecting with your group or writing a rough draft, doing research. So these are great tools to get you organized. And moving on to the next page here, you can finish up with 5 milestones. If you want to add some more milestones, that's great too. And then down at the bottom, you're going to add your bio. And bio is really important to create and to continue to edit. Hopefully you have new information to keep adding as your career grows, expands, and develops. So I would start to write that bio. I actually keep my bio in a saved draft in my email because, as mentioned, I'm always adding and updating it. So write down your bio for this assignment and future assignments as you are today. Maybe you're a student, maybe you have some work experience. List those important credentials. And this is a good exercise to get used to talking a little bit about who you are. So hopefully this was helpful. And going back to the beginning, right? So we missed those sections. So once you fill this out, then you can go back to the beginning and write the overview here. So the overview may be something such as, for this assignment, I'm creating a case study that is going to solve X, Y, and Z problem or answer X, Y, and Z goals. And specifications is just a bit more specific of an overview. Some of this information may seem a little bit repetitive, but that's intentional, just because a lot of times when people are reading a document, say you're submitting this to someone for approval and they're going to give you some funding if this is a project for a consultant, right? So writing things a few times in different ways ensures that they aren't just skimming it, or if they are skimming it, that they're picking up this necessary information. So get used to in your career to write things in saying the same thing in different ways. So as mentioned, I use this for my consulting. So if I were to have an overview for a client, I would maybe say, I am planning to assist you 3 to 6 hours a week the following tasks, and we're going to meet the following goals, and the specifications maybe we plan to meet over Google Meets 1 hour 3 times a week. You see what I'm getting at? Trying to get more specific with how you're actually going to accomplish these goals and these milestones. So do the best you can filling this out. Hold on to this document, save it on your desktop, or I have a folder called templates that I pull up time and time again, like I said, with either courses that I'm teaching, projects that I'm starting, or submitting it to clients that I hope to work with. Thanks.